Doing?
Oh man, good morning to you guys. Appreciate it for having me on the show.
No, we're excited to have you here. We got a lot we obviously want to talk with you about, both on the basketball front, on the football front as well here. But I mean, I think we got to start with most recently this summer. I mean, you were fresh off the event of the summer, being over in Paris for the Olympic Games. You and the Avengers, as they were dubbed, on the men's team that took home gold, had an incredible run. How unique was this? How did this compare to some of the other Olympic teams that you'd been fortunate to be a part of?
Man, it was super unique in the sense of, my last Olympic Games was in 2012 in London. So, it had been 12 years since I actually graced the floor, for the Olympic team. And to be able to do that, alongside Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, my teammate Anthony Davis, and the rest of the crew, to play alongside, Steve Kerr, who I've had a lot of battles with over the years, then get to reunite with my former coaches and Eric Spoelstra and Tyronn Lue. It was an unbelievable summer, and we dubbed ourselves the Avengers, and we had to make it happen. But we was able to bring home gold and represent USA with the utmost red, white, and blue respect.
As Mike mentioned, it's your third gold, but your first, and through your career, to get voted captain is always a cool thing. But you got to carry the flag. You were the flag bearer. I mean, Talk about that. I mean, that had, I'm an Olympic freak. So just seeing that in the Olympics was really, really cool.
When my name was talked about before it, became a reality, it was, I didn't know how to feel about it. I had seen so many different, flag bearers and so many great athletes, carry our flag, represent our country. And then, we come into a team meeting and Steph, he did the video for me and then, said it in front of the team that I had become elected, alongside the great Coco Gauff. Just a moment just kind of hit me. And, it's something that was super surreal, to be, on the front of that boat, in Paris with all our, Olympians and holding that flag was just like, such a sense of pride, to be able to understand what it means for our country, and I know, right now and, for quite a while, our country has been, divided, and trying to decipher love and hate and whatever the case may be. But I felt like at that very moment, no matter what you stood on, no matter, where you were from, everybody had one common goal, and that was a red, white, and blue, and representing our country and our unbelievable athletes, at the, Paris Games. And that was an unbelievable moment for myself and for my family and my friends and everybody.
It was an incredible moment, no doubt, something that really captivated at the start of the games there. You mentioned Steph Curry did the video for you on that too, though. He's a guy you had plenty of battles with, but also have such a close bond with. What was it like watching him go through his first Olympic Games and the trajectory that he was on, starting off a little bit slower before being one of the main reasons you guys took home gold?
Yeah, you know what? We I talked to him, a lot about that, and, him being in his first, Olympic Games. He had played in the World Championships before, but, being part of the Olympic Games for the first time, he was new to it. But, you could see every single day, every single moment was, it was right there. I was like, just, it's on its way. I knew the onslaught was going to happen. I knew the barrage and the avalanche was going to come down at some point. And we saw that in the semifinals versus Serbia. And then we saw it, obviously, in the finals versus, the host team in France. And, Steph did what Steph did, or what he does, hitting those big time shots, and putting everybody to sleep. So, the opponents to sleep. So it was an unbelievable moment. I was happy to be alongside of him.
So you had great moments, obviously, on the basketball court, but there were a lot of other events going on. What other events did you most enjoy taking in?
I believe, it's always fascinating to see track and field and also gymnastics, obviously, seeing Simone Biles continue to dominate her sport, at the level that she's at. And it was unbelievable, having a Black girl daughter in my household who loves gymnastics, loves volleyball and things of that nature. To have an example like Simone is unbelievable. And then just, seeing track and field. I love seeing, those runners. They run extremely fast. If it's one for endurance, if it's like the 400 or whatever the case may be, if it's the 4x1 relay, and that's all countries. I just love, seeing, track and field and seeing the great athletes that we have all over the world. But, it's pretty cool.